So I think personally in XDC, it was even back when we decided to choose XDC. They're one of the top 6 companies that were ISO 2022 certified, which is basically the financial messaging systems we have in place in the world. It just made natural sense that XDC is the one that's going to revolutionize the institutional space.
Hi, welcome to the Crypto Investor channel. My name is Diego and today I am here at XDC office in Dubai. For those that doesn't know me, I'm the founder of the Crypto Investor channel. That's an educational company. And I'm also XDC Latam business development. And I'm starting like these things this year. This video is the first part of XDC RWA series. And today I'm here with Sartak from DIMO. And thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm glad that I can talk about more depths about the XDC ecosystem. So thank you so much for this opportunity. Please share a little bit about yourself and about the project. So let's start a nice talk.
Sure thing. Thank you for having me here, Diego. Yeah, so just a little bit of background about me. So I'm the CTO and co-founder of a company called DIMO. We've been operating covertly since 2016. A little bit of background about me. I've done my financial technology graduations from the University of Technology, Sydney. Again, we graduated back in 2016. From there, we started getting into crypto space, what cryptos are, and just studying POW, POS, and those sort of things. From there, we slowly stumbled upon the XDC network. So, of course, it was kind of a love at first sight for us. Amazing technology, amazing consensus mechanism, amazing TPS. The use case was amazing. They were back then one of the only chains that we solely focus on the trade finance side of things. So, a huge use case for us. So, we started getting joined with the XDC network as ecosystem developers. So, essentially, just spreading awareness for them. Just essentially getting more dApps on chain, getting more developers on chain and those sort of things. And slowly and steadily, we sort of migrated towards an incubation hub for ourselves. So when I say an incubation hub for ourselves, I mean, we started developing our own companies, our own dApps, and deploying them on chain for the existing network. And of course, since then, we've seen a lot of love from the community, a lot of support from the community.
Great. And in your view, what is the importance of the real world assets and how big do you think that can become?
I think, personally, let's just take a step back let's understand where the RWA or real world assets came from, right? So again, back in, I think it was 2 years back when we launched our marketplace on the XDC network. So there was a thing called real world utilities. So real world utilities first came into the picture with NFTs. It's essentially like if I have an NFT, can I do something with it in the actual world? So be it, let's take an example of Bored Ape Yacht Club, right? So if I have a Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT, maybe I can have access to community, maybe I have access to parties. So these are some of the real world utilities that, came up with these NFTs. And we saw a lot of different NFTs starting on our marketplace as well, starting to offer a lot of real world utilities. From then the narrative sort of shifted to RWAs. So of course, RWAs, as everyone knows, it's going to be the future. It's fast, it's scalable, it's secure, it's liquid. So essentially RWA is going to be the major narrative, according to me, coming in the next bull run.
All right.
So I think it's going to be huge.
I believe too. And what's the solution name?
So essentially what we have built is an NFT marketplace. Again, we started with real world utilities. It just made natural sense for us to also digress into real world assets. So far we have a couple of real world assets on the marketplace. One could be a jewelry store where you can buy NFTs, you get real jewelry from them in states. Another is we have node sharings. Basically, you buy an NFT, it forms like an ETF, like an exchange traded fund, and you start receiving passive incomes from it. We are also in talks with a couple of travel agencies. So essentially, you buy the NFT, it directly links you to a travel card. So that's a real world utility as well. And for the real world asset side of things, we have tokenized watches coming on. We have tokenized apartments coming on. So these are some of the real world assets that have been offering to the XDC community through us, which is XDC Marketplace.
About the RWAs, how do you think that is going to create liquidity for this?
So again, let's take a simple example of, right now we're talking in Dubai. I live in Dubai. So, okay, let's say I want to sell my apartment in Dubai. It'll probably take me, let's assume, like a month or two to find a buyer, then I've negotiate the deal with him and so on and so forth. Then we do the paperwork, we sell the paperwork, and, it is going to take a while. Compared to, let's talk about now RWAs. Let's just say I tokenize my apartment on the blockchain. Now I have, let's say, 1,000 NFTs for my apartment because I've broken down essentially my apartment, I've fractionalized it into smaller pieces. Now this gives me two options. I have more accessibility to retail investors. So people who don't have, let's assume like $300, $400, $500,000 to invest straight away. So I have more access to small liquidity. And even if there's one shark that just want to buy it outright, he can just buy it on chain. The verification is done on chain. The transfer of ownership is done on chain. So you can just basically legalize it. That's what the Dubai government is also doing right now. So they've tied up the blockchain with the land registry systems. So essentially what's going to happen if you buy an apartment through NFT on the blockchain, let's assume it's XDC chain, they have a function and system that directly also feeds that information into the land registry department. So the owner name changes, the property deed changes, the title changes, all in one single click, all in one single transaction.
But this is being built over here, so the judiciary part is connected already?
No, so this is right now in the pilot project.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I think the vision for...
Because this is a problem.
Because this is the main problem. Yeah, because it's the main problem. Right?
You need to connect to the so many systems that...
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Do you have more solutions in DIMO?
Yeah, so another dApp which DIMO is right now building is called ZebraSwap. So ZebraSwap is going to be a DEX which is going to be coming on chain.
What's the name?
ZebraSwap.
Zebra?
Yeah.
Okay.
So essentially, of course, it's a normal DEX as well, but we are also integrating a lot of different tokenized equities on the marketplace, on the Zebra marketplace, I mean. So people can, let's just say if you want to have an equity share. So people, particularly in crypto, don't want to sell their cryptos, do the KYC, go through a registered broker, and then you just go for it. So this way, essentially, you can just invest through decentralized protocols, and you can just invest in US equities, you can invest in Indian equities, in Dubai equities, through the APIs we are sort of integrating with these companies, and you can just invest in shares through crypto as well.
What do you think that makes XDC unique for RWAs?
So I think personally, XDC was even back when we decided to choose XDC. They were one of the top 6 companies that were ISO 2022 certified, which is basically the financial messaging systems we have in place in the world. Especially the integration with Swift network, the integrations with the upgradation they're going to do to the legacy network for the banking system and those sort of things. It just made natural sense that XDC is the one that's going to revolutionize the institutional space. The retail space back in XDC was still, just in the building phase. So we just saw an opportunity there that we can definitely get in the retail space. We can take advantage of the institutional space that XDC has so beautifully built already.
Yes.
And we can just connect the two.
Oh, great. And tell me about the plans for the future.
Right. So I think this is the first time I'm going to announce it. So essentially what we're doing is we're also going to be launching our own token.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So the token is essentially going to be a DIMO token, which powers all our dApps, which powers all our protocols, which gives you governance and DAO voting powers as well. And the main thing we're also doing is something very traditional. So let's assume if today I have shares of Nike, right? And Nike is profitable. Nike pays out dividends to the shareholders. So we're following something a similar model. So all the profits our dApps make directly goes back into the DIMO token to the users as well.
We are going to have airdrops?
Yep, so we decidedly are going to have airdrops for that.
Nice.
So just fill up your bag for XDC. We're going to be coming up with airdrops criteria.
Great, my friend.
There's going to be a lot of challenges, a lot of points.
The followers going to enjoy.
Yeah.
And tell me a little bit, how do you see like blockchain technology in the future? Do you see, how big this can become?
So I mean, again, let's just take a step back to when blockchain was initially introduced, right? So blockchain it's not like blockchain came with Bitcoin. Blockchain has been there since 1998. It was just Bitcoin that adopted the blockchain technology, and it just went, it went viral. Even with Satoshi Nakamoto, it was our third attempt on Bitcoin, where it just went like wildfire. So even now we know that blockchain is one of the most secure network. There are governments around the world, they're transitioning their system, the information, the privacy softwares onto the blockchain network. So I mean, that goes without saying. If a government there's the military, US military, there's Indian military, there's Dubai military, all of them have incorporated blockchain. So there must be something to it that it's so private, it's so secure.
Come to stay.
Yeah, and it's here to stay. I mean, it's not hackable like other, other networks, or just back then, like let's say back in, I think it was 2009, where the US government suffered a huge hack. So of course, these guys then were saving data on encrypted files, but it was also on database. So of course, as a developer, so I mean, if you have higher knowledge in hacking and ethical hacking, you can just probably hack into the database, get the information, but not with blockchain. Because blockchain is really different, doesn't work that way.
And it's gonna be become bigger and bigger and bigger.
Absolutely, yeah.
More validators, more nodes, more everything.
Yeah.
So the possibility to hack is quite low.
It's quite low, yeah. And big companies like JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Morgan Chase, and so many companies are adopting blockchain now.
Even about the quantum technology.
Exactly, yeah.
It actually released a...
Yeah.
I think that yesterday or 2 days before about the XDC is looking for solve this problem.
Yeah. Quantum computing, yeah.
So Sartak, thanks so much for this opportunity. Just remember, guys, this is the first part of the interview. So in a couple of next days or next weeks, we are gonna do like a video demo, so DIMO can show us all the platform, the ecosystem, and can teach how to navigate to the ecosystem itself. Thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you so much for having me, Diego. Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Likewise.